Have we got a... Do you hate the sound of your voice? Is that what it is?
Just a little, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
We'll come closer.
Well, you have to do it. Hello and welcome to the Rollers and the Rockers podcast. My name is Hayley Miller and I'm joined by my one and only teammate, Drisco. Welcome again. Another week.
Let's go. We're back in the hot seat and we are bloody excited this week, I think. I think it's just Derby week. The talk around Derby, I know I brought it up early, but I'm just that pumped. And I completed my 45 tasks this morning in 3 hours. I'm stoked.
I heard you say yesterday, actually, you said, I've got the busiest day of my whole entire life today. And I was like, man, you're a busy girl, so I can't imagine what you've got to do. We can get into that in a minute, but we're going to intro our guest straight off the bat. So she was signed by Fremantle in the preseason as our replacement player for Kiara Bowers. Now, that is quite a daunting task, but she's done a fantastic job. She is a Tasmanian talent who can play all over the ground, a key defender, a ruck, and now playing as a key forward for the team. She's kicked 4 goals this season. Now we're going to talk about those goals because some of them have been very good. Welcome, Tunisha Kikoak.
Thank you. That's
Do you like that intro? That's
yeah,
quite
actually
the intro.
A big intro, yeah.
And
already.
just confirming, that is how you say your last name because I feel like the commentators every week say it differently.
It's always different. It's Kikoak.
I did get it right.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
You got that right, yeah.
Perfect.
Can we just have your middle name?
What one?
Well, you got more.
Oh, sugar.
How many have you got?
I got 2.
Okay, 2, both.
I don't know why I said both. I just assumed 2. If you've got 10, it's also fine.
I got 2. First one's Julia, and then of Luviak is the second one.
Luviak.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
why your Instagram name is it.
Yeah, we like it. Yep.
Can you say the whole thing?
Tanisha, Julia of Luviak, Kikoak. It's a mouthful, but
You can't say that fast.
no.
Wowza. That's incredible. So to the commentators out there, let's say Tanisha's full name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With middle names included, please.
No, well, that intro as well, H, you absolutely nailed it. I don't have any of that on my page. So it's like you've just got it in the back of your mind.
I just know.
It's
If
incredible.
you read down your page, you'll find it, but that's fine.
Are we talking about tea now or are we doing later?
No, we're going to do it later. We're just going to go some general chat first. So you mentioned the Derby, obviously.
Yes.
It is Derby week. Coming off a loss last week, bit disappointing. Obviously, that's what my thoughts were. That's what it feels like to snatch the win from someone, like being on the opposite side. We've snatched the win from a few teams this year, and unfortunately, it was our turn to drop the ball at the end.
Yeah, I think, look, it wasn't great, was it? Glad we do a short recap. Don't worry,
Yeah.
T, we won't talk about it too much. But I think just Lisa's words after the game of they didn't win that game. We actually lost that game, I think really resonated with me. I don't know about you, Teak, but I just felt like, yeah, we certainly didn't play our brand of footy.
Yeah, no, definitely agree with that. I don't think we did, but it's Derby week, so we can get back to it.
We
Yeah.
move
I like that.
on.
Yeah, move on.
Forget about it.
I
No,
like that.
absolutely. How'd you feel out there on the weekend? Obviously kicked an absolute ripper of a goal. Just your long kick is absolutely incredible. And I said on the bench to you, I don't know if you remember on the interchange, I just said, TK, you never cease to amaze me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just incredible.
I had no faith in that. It's really bad. I didn't think I made the line.
I'm glad you had no faith in it because neither did I. I didn't want to say it. Anyway, so I'm up on the balcony. It's the first time I'm not playing. And I was like, as soon as you marked it, you just walked back as if you were going to go for a shot. And I was like, turn around in case someone, gives a lead. Anyway, you just went, nah, I've absolutely got this, and bang, straight through. And I was like, I am sorry that I did not trust in you, and I will forever trust in you from now on.
I even said to Gabba that I'm like, thank you for clearing the line because I thought it would have been touched. But
beautiful.
It cleared it. And I'm like, damn.
No,
Who knew?
back your long kick, sister. I think I stood there just with my hands up the whole time. Like, I know this is going
Was
through.
that in the review back?
I hope so. No, how good. And just speaking on your balcony chat and sitting on the balcony, might I just say, Hayley Miller has only missed 2 games of football her entire career, which is also pretty phenomenal. One was from a suspension.
Yes.
And the second one now is due to injury. But,
Yes.
H, how did you find it? Who was great up there? Were the non-playing players just getting around it? What did you think?
Oh, I just have a whole new perspective on like that non-playing player role, and because honestly, it's a lot of effort to continually scream. And I don't know if you can hear us when you, and I know like when I've been down there, you can hear it, but honestly, it's constant and it's like, it's exhausting. But it's also, you just want to be able to do something. And then, so that's all you can do is yell as loud as you can and just support and whatnot. And the girls do an absolutely phenomenal job at that on the balcony. But yes, it was my first day, as a watcher. And I said before the game, as long as it wasn't a close game.
No.
And what have you girls done to me?
That's the commentator's curse. You shouldn't have bloody said anything.
I wasn't commentating.
Yeah, but
yes,
I
shouldn't have said anything.
Oh.
But no, it was a very different experience, and it was I don't want to do it again.
No. Well, hopefully you don't have to.
I hope I never have to do it again.
We would absolutely love to have you back. And I suppose, speaking on having you back for this weekend, as Teek mentioned before, also I call her Teek, just so everyone knows.
You're probably the only one who does that, though.
I think
it's starting to catch on, though. I feel like because it's TK and then Teeks, and then it's the
And then Morrow with Shasha.
What's
Oh,
that?
we're not sure about Shasha.
Where's that come from?
That's just Morrow.
Or Tanisha? Shasha.
No, it's a
Is that where she's got it from?
name.
Tanisha?
Yeah.
And then she's just calling you Shasha?
Yeah.
No, it's like you calling Serena Rena.
I call her Rainy now.
Rainy. I know.
Rain.
But so random.
Do you like Rainy?
Rainy?
Serena.
For Serena.
Serena.
Oh, but Serena, I was like, me?
You're like, stop.
It's
No,
like,
Tina's
no,
trying
that
not to be
I
rude.
didn't.
No.
No. I don't,
Anyways.
Serena, nah.
So it's Rainy and Teek.
Anyway, moving on.
So Teek, we've run the bell on this weekend, obviously moving into the Derby. Now, we can talk about how competitive we get in the Derby, but I guess what's your experience with how we've spoken about it, and are you excited? Are you feeling the kind of nervous energy?
I am. Like, I'm feeling all the emotions. Like,
Yeah, right.
excite, nerves.
Okay, so we're projecting.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I don't know. It's a bit of
We're
everything.
good. It's always, it's fun, honestly.
A lot of attitude comes out of everyone.
Oi, no, you wait. Black-haired Hayley, she comes out every year in the Derby, and it's something like she cut snake, mate. She gets out there, and it's like, I don't know what, something possesses you. Something possesses you, and it's like, I'm going to run through anyone in blue and gold. Like, what the hell? So I'm excited to see that, but I think that energy for 21 players is just going to be the most incredible thing ever.
Absolutely.
And at Leaderville Oval as well.
Yep. Well,
H,
I've played a lot of games
Subiaco home?
played a lot of games at Leaderville Oval. It's a fantastic oval, very big. So we'll suit our sort of style of run and gun and spreading the ground wide. So, no, it's exciting. Can't wait.
So good. And don't worry, Teek, you'll still be able to kick from 50. It's fine, mate.
The 50 is still the same. 50 is still
Okay,
50,
50.
so you can still kick from 50.
No, and Webby, I didn't know that about the presser.
Yeah, so apparently she made a joke and said that, well, basically the joke came off the back of they were asking if I was going to play.
Oh.
And they said that they were hopeful that I'd play. And then she said, well, Turbo could be a late in. I don't know where they went with that. I don't know if anyone believed that. But you know what? We'll run with it. I'd like to have her back in.
Just imagine Turbo coming back just for the Derby.
But have you seen what she's doing right now? I'm like, that girl had a baby a few weeks ago
have.
and she is back to doing all her crazy things. Yeah.
Anyway,
moving on.
It doesn't matter. We don't have Turbo, we've got her replacement player right here, so it's fine.
So
TK, we're so excited.
All right. Now, we did promise that we were going to do from the fans first up this week because we keep missing it. So let's go.
The first one sent in is anonymous.
Anyway, there's
Hey
no
team,
steam.
it's Rove here. McManus, long-time listener, one-time guest, first-time question asker. Look, I was just wondering after the hashtag 50 fiasco that happened with Drisco last week, what is the actual protocol for A, who counts the games normally for both the men and women, I suppose, and then what perks come at each milestone game? Like at 50, can you invite whoever you want? Do you get a little crown and a sash, a plaque? At 100 games, do you get the keys to the executive toilet? All that kind of stuff. Keep up the great work and less of the water bottle drinking into the microphones. Thanks.
Rove! I I love this man. And TK, do you know?
She's not going to know who Rove is.
Do you know who Rove McManus is?
No.
Okay, well, neither did I.
Anyway, he's really famous.
He's an
back in the day.
Australian icon, but the worst thing is when I first met Rove, I didn't know Rove, but I knew his wife Tasma because I'm massive on Australian TV. So, anyways, Rove is like famous.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to have his own show called Rove.
Oh.
And he listens to our pod and loves it.
Yeah.
So he sent one in there.
He was on the pod too. We did a podcast at Crown for him, obviously, as you would. He got valet parking, we didn't.
It was. But now that we've played 50 games, we might.
We might. Maybe we should do that again.
No, so that's just a bit of context.
Right.
Don't know Rove.
No idea.
Okay,
Have you watched Blue Healers?
No.
Okay, his wife's
Okay,
in it.
moving on.
Okay.
Moving on to the questions. Can't even remember the questions he asked. Who counts the games? Google.
Well, it's not Drisco. You're not meant to count your own games. Actually, it is on the app, which I figured out after. But clearly our media team count the games because Brett was the one that broke it to me that it wasn't my 50th.
We probably Googled it.
But I think it's because the media team have to put together a package, so they need to know.
Well, they'd have it on their board, what week you're...
Well,
because they do that before the season and adjust it as
I
needed.
just say...
What?
No.
I thought you were having a
I've
fit
just
then.
stopped
Why are you
it.
looking at me like
I've
that?
just done the old... I've stopped it.
I mean, it would have been better if you just sneezed. I was like, oh my gosh. That would have been less disruptive if you just sneezed.
We're back. Yeah, so 50th game. Sorry, Brad, stop. If you cut that and put it as the thing, I will die. I can't be on Instagram doing that.
Especially because the face you made was weird. Anyway, back to okay. Second question. So we figured you just Google your games and that will tell you.
Yep. Or the
What
app.
happens on your 50th game? You do get some family flown over for the game. Is that correct?
Yes,
I did.
yes.
So I assume you
Yes.
did.
Well, I actually thought my 50th was at home, so I did organise my little family friends to run out. So I think you get that privilege as well if you've got little kids. But in saying that, my mum also wanted to run out, so that's fine.
I'm disappointed she didn't end up doing that.
I know. So I think, and then if you are away, then they do. The Players Association fly 2 people over.
Yeah.
So for me, my mum and dad had actually already booked the trip over. So it was really meant to be that my parents were already there and then the club helped me fly my best friend and my brother
nice.
over. So
Oh,
it was
that's
great.
great.
But that, and then we like to do here the big fat badges that you can buy.
Laura Pugh is very good on the
She's great.
badges.
And they are make it yourself. So it can be any number of games. We can change it if we want. We can make new milestones. Hayley
I
had
got a
75.
75. Yep.
Because I was like, wow, that's a late birthday.
It's such a random birthday to have a big
badge
what's
on.
it, badge, yeah.
But we could bring in a sash. I like that idea.
And a crown. That could be good.
And the key to Simon Garlick's office.
Oh,
Anyways,
no.
TK, do you know who Simon Garlick is?
Yeah, I do.
Very good. All right.
Good thing.
Thanks, Rove. That was great.
Thanks, Grove. I can't
I hope,
speak Grove.
I hope the rest of these don't take so long.
Next one, Emma's mates. I don't understand this, but let's hear it.
Hey Emma! It's Geordie, Lauren, Toby, and Gisella. Congratulations on 50 games to our favourite backline coach. H-O-T-T-O-G-O, you can take me hard to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O, oh, hard to go!
Oh my goodness, girls. That is something else.
Can't believe we didn't do from the fans a few weeks ago, so we didn't get to hear that
I
two weeks late.
What legends. So for context, they are, I love to say my Little Rogers Cup girls. So they play at Perth Demons. Horns are out in the Rogers Cup team, which I coached the backline for last year. So they're a bunch of absolute rippers, and they did come down to my 50th game, but they actually have got the group together to come down to most of our games because I sprayed them in the year and said, you're the age group that need to be down at AFLW games. If you want to play AFLW, you need to watch us. So I think they're
So now they have to go.
they have to go. But
Great.
they've been absolutely loving it. So yeah, appreciate these girls, and I'm so pumped to coach them again, hopefully next year. But love it. Live,
That was
love,
good.
laugh.
That was well rehearsed. And
HOTT,
well done.
OGO.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
love that.
All right. Next we have Erin.
G'day, you absolute legends. Loving having the podcast back this season. It's been great to watch every single week. Emma, well done to you on a 49-game milestone. What an amazing career it's been so far. Also to Hayley, well done on your 74-game career so far. That leads me to my question, actually. How much do you look forward to being a 100-game player for the Fremantle AFLW team? And is that something you think about often? How much does it mean to you to be potentially the first AFLW Fremantle women's player to play 100 games? It'd be a big milestone.
Yeah, still a few years away, and obviously I need to get there with, although I've missed one game now.
2 games in your
one
whole
through
career.
injury. Yeah, I don't plan on getting suspended anymore. I don't plan on getting injured either. But yeah, no, I want to get there. Absolutely. Couple of years, yeah, I think I still need to go through another couple of seasons, but I have enough in my current contract to get there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about it. I just go, each game is a game, and I don't really think about getting to a number in particular, but yeah, it would be pretty cool, I suppose.
It's so cool.
I don't know what else to say.
No, it is incredible. And I think you're right. You don't think about these milestone games. And I feel like the time does fly. Like you could remember back to year 1 when you were here.
Yeah, it feels like I said, I think I wrote in, because I did an Instagram post afterwards, and I just said that it felt like yesterday, but it also felt like yesterday, but it felt like so long ago at the same time. It's like a weird feeling. I remember the very first game.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's been such a long time, but also just went like that.
It's actually wild. Teak, how many games have you played now? Don't stuff it up. I can check the app.
6?
6?
7?
7. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know. We're in round 7.
Yep.
Missed 2. 5?
So 5.
Yeah,
5?
but
5.
there's the old double up, the 6AB.
Yeah, so technically we're 8 this
We're 8. We've played.
round.
We've played 7 or 8 games.
Yeah, but we haven't played this round yet.
She's
so
at
she's
6.
at 5.
She's at 6.
5.
No, she hasn't played this round yet.
Q6.
Is it 5 or 6?
5.
Don't. Why are you yelling? Because we haven't played the 8th round yet.
6?
I knew it. You know why? Because
No.
we've played 8 games of football.
I thought we
Because
played
there's
7.
6A and B.
Was last week 8 or 7? Oh,
Last
no,
week was
this
7.
week's 9.
Well,
Well, 9th game, 8th round. Wow, God.
well,
That's not our
no,
fault. That's the
that's okay.
AFL's fault.
Anyway.
It doesn't matter, Tanisha. You've played 6
The next
games.
reason why condensed fixtures too hard.
No, correct.
I don't know
think
where we're at.
I was just bringing that point up to say, it's just amazing to see someone who is at the very beginning of their career having played 6 games and someone who is so experienced, but also you have so long to go as well, H.
Yes.
TK, what is it like playing with someone like Hayley who's achieved 75 games, but also captained our football club, been here since day 1? It's an honour for me, but what does it feel like for you?
it is an honour. It's almost a bit intimidating.
Never.
Oh, you're the one who's yelling at the ball and telling me to tap it to you.
True.
Yeah, but then I also have Emma in the back line and then Et's
she'd be
in the
yelling
forward
at you.
line and yeah, but no, it's been pretty good so far. So,
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and we are excited for you to hopefully play another 1,000 games.
There's only 94 to go.
TK's
So
on her way to
close.
Buddy Franklin's 1,000 goals. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's incredible. Anyways,
Right, are we going last one?
Yep.
Toby.
Hey, Hayley and Em. Toby from Tassie here. Love the season you guys are having. I just have a T-shirt recommendation for the Freo Dockers. Can we have, instead of a too big, too strong, too good, can we have a T-shirt that says too mim, too strong, too good? Thanks. Bye.
wow.
Why haven't we thought
Toby.
of that?
I'm giving
Write
you a
that one
clap for
down.
that one.
Write it down. Send it to the...
That's an A+ for creativity. No, I actually frothed that. Absolutely.
Was it too mim, too strong, too good?
I'm
Oh,
writing
absolutely. Do you know, I was thinking about this on the way here, thinking of Mim Strom. She left the podcast. Was it on her terms? Not really. But she's gone to another level. So maybe the podcast is holding her
It
back.
was weighing her down. Like she had
Because
too
we
many
were calling
things
her
on.
the elephant that was weighing her down.
Yeah.
mentally, I think.
Yeah, that was a strange just listening to us, to be honest.
Oh, the poor girl. Anyway.
Well, there you go. We're never having her back.
No, she can't come
You're
back
not even
because
allowed
she's
a
too good.
guest on here because God forbid your performance that weekend.
Yeah.
Like, TK, don't worry, you'll have the
Yep.
best performance of your life this
Yeah.
weekend. But just from Mim's side of things, like she's just having an absolute breakout season. So, Toby, I totally agree. We're going to bring those shirts in. But more importantly, we do need a Rolls and Rockers t-shirt as well. Would you buy a merch with like different kind of individual player slogans on it?
I would.
You
But
would?
then I'd give it to my sister
Yeah.
or mum to wear.
Perfect. How much maximum would you pay?
50?
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's decent. Yeah.
I reckon I was going to say
You can
15.
I'd be like 20 max.
Probably not much more because I could stamp it on myself. Anyways, no, that's brilliant. So I love that segment.
That's great. We need to make sure that we do that. So just a reminder, you can leave your voice memo in the... Wait, that doesn't make sense.
in the
Anyway,
YouTube.
the link is in the YouTube video description or the podcast show notes on wherever you listen to this podcast.
Otherwise, if you are a grammar, it is in the link that we put up on the Instagram as well each and every week to leave your voice memo there. So
Yes.
please keep doing it.
And definitely send it through there, not to each of us individually, because I can't actually send it to them. So sorry to those who have sent me one. Please just send it again.
Perfect.
Mark, I'm talking to you, Mark.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, we're moving on to our second official segment, and that is Anchors in Action.
Hey, put on your Superman case on. It's Wolfie time. Let's go, you know.
Okay, it's faded.
I was waiting this time. I always go too early on that because it goes for 10 years. But this is our chance to highlight the good around the club and nominate someone behind the scenes. So, TK, do you want to go first?
Probably Meg's, because she let me have a nice ice bath before the game.
This is Meg's the dietitian.
Yep.
Yep.
Why did you do an ice bath? Because that might seem weird
Well,
to people
yeah,
listening.
true.
But why?
I did
What's
get a
the
bit of
reason?
looks
Yeah. What's
in
the
the change
reasoning
rooms.
behind that?
Just because I heat up so much.
Yeah.
For
She's a
the game.
Tasmanian.
It's cold in Tasmania.
Struggle with the heat, unfortunately. So,
So it's all about the pre-cooling.
yeah, pre-cooling.
It's the newest thing.
And
It's
also,
refreshing.
just, I suppose, I mean, not just that she allowed you to do that. She obviously does a lot of other things around the club.
Yes.
How else has Meg's, I guess, influenced you at footy here?
I mean, she's definitely showed me a lot more in the way, I guess, athletes eat and
Yep.
the way they use their nutrition and performance and hydration. Very, very important.
Yeah, right.
Getting better at that. So, yeah.
So you're on the old Hydrolyte Aqualyte train?
Yep. Sports. Need a Sports Plus version.
And
so
what's your favourite meal to cook then?
enchiladas.
Oh,
Bit
nice.
of Mexican.
Yeah, so cool. No, we love you,
Yum.
Megs. That's great. I'm
Very
glad you gave
good.
her a shout out. H.
Me. Mine is actually for a non-playing player. She promised to give me an induction on the balcony, and that was Anya Tai. So obviously unfortunate that she has gone down with injury for the rest of the year, but she's still, look, it's not just the balcony induction. She obviously does a lot around our club, and she keeps everyone grounded. And although she tells everyone that they need to do their rehab and everything exactly perfect, that girl managed to get off her brace however
how
many
did that
weeks
even
early
happen?
and doesn't use her crutches properly. So Pete, Pete surgeon.
I can't believe you
She-
let her off though.
Yeah, I know. I think she just put her case forward and then he couldn't say no. Anyway, so good on her, but she's flying. So thank you, Anya, for the balcony induction and everything else you do.
Amazing. On to me. Okay, so I've got an Amber Van Dam. Yep, she's from upstairs. Amber works in the Purple Hands Foundation. Perfect. Sorry, I just want to get everyone's titles right. But Amber actually came down last week in the light of Pride Round and shared her story with us players. She was one of 4 individuals that designed our Pride Round jumpers for this year. And it was incredible. Obviously, we love celebrating our Pride Round, but Amber's story was, I think, something that, really took me back, I suppose. And I don't know about you guys, but it was, super emotional. She was super vulnerable. And I just think that inspired me, I don't know, when I pulled the jumper on to think about every individual stories and how far we've come, but also what the Pride Round jumper represents. And for Amber, that was her opening up about her upbringing, her family life, the fact that it was, a pretty rough journey for her as well. And for those that don't know, Amber is in a wheelchair, and she, talked about how she went travelling and how the stairs were the hardest part of her her travel trips. But I suppose how she has then found her connection with like work colleagues and outside friends and how they've become her family, just like Fremantle is for us. So I absolutely loved it, Amber. You are an absolute ripper, and we are so bloody lucky to have you here.
Yep. I second that.
Club.
I didn't know Amber's story, and it blew me away. So her resilience and everything, and I think it just makes the jumper that much more real. And it's like you can create your family through the connections that you have, and obviously the ones she has at this footy club are pretty strong, which is incredible.
It was amazing. So thank you, Amber, and that is just a great section. But now we're going to pepper TK. We're going to pepper
all about
her.
you.
It's all about you, sister girl. So you got to give us something because we can't keep probing. Just give us it all. Lay it all out. But we did tell you before, you can give as much as you want.
I mean, give us everything, but only as much as you want.
So let's start. The reason I perked up when Toby spoke was because he said that he was a Tasmanian, and we know that you are from Tasmania as well, Teak. So please talk us through your childhood upbringing in Tassie. Where are you from? What's your family dynamic like? Tell us everything.
Everything?
All you want
Everything?
to know.
What about before Tassie?
Oh yeah, before. Tell us the whole journey.
Yeah, I want to know before Tassie as well.
Before Tassie?
Yeah.
Since when you were a baby born in 2000 and...
5.
Oh, makes me sick.
In the 2000s, anything. Oh.
Are
you 2000? Yeah. Oh, God!
Millennial Year of the Dragon. Let's go.
Anyway.
2005, born. Yup.
Good start. Good start.
On the Gold Coast. Don't know how the heat hasn't transferred over, so a bit disappointed in that. But went to school in Queensland.
Yep, cool.
Moved in grade 12, done a lot of travelling. Ooh. Grade 7. I was 12 when I moved, but in grade 7.
Yeah,
Nice.
In grade 7 we moved down. Before moving down, had life in Queensland. It was pretty sunny.
Yeah, cool.
And sports was it. Had softball, taekwondo, netball,
Amazing.
swimming. Yeah.
So good. And then you moved in year 7 to Tassie.
To Tassie, down in Launceston. Was in Prospect High for up in grade 10, and then we moved to college, and then focused with footy, netball, and softball. Yeah.
Incredible.
Very good. So you started footy when you were at school? Well, you're only 19, so I feel like you started. Was it at school or after school?
No, I just got asked to play for footy.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, at the local club.
Outside of school though.
Outside
so,
of school.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I started football before I actually went to school.
Sure.
So
okay.
we knew like the president of the local club and knew them. I think
in Tassie though.
in Tassie, in Tassie. That's before Tassie. I don't think I would have touched a football.
Yeah, right.
So I was all netball, all softball.
Yeah, it's incredible. And then you also spoke to us players about your journey as well. I guess talk us through your family dynamic. I know you're really close with your sister, but then also why you guys ended up moving to Tassie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was because of your pop potentially, or I thought you moved because of someone you knew. Okay, wrong.
No,
Your family friend or something?
A family friend, Uncle Richard.
Uncle, that's it.
He's not blood related. He's
Yeah,
just Uncle Richard, and we love him to bits. But he was the only person we knew in Tassie.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's like, life in Queensland is getting a bit full on, and we're kids, so why not move? Yeah.
So
it was a bit of a jump, and I was like resentful about it, and I'm like, nah. I was telling everyone, I'm like, nah. After this year, we're going back to Queensland, and I'll see you later. Let's not be friends.
Yeah.
we leave, and we stayed another 4 years and haven't left.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your family is still there.
Mum and dad and sister, they're all in Tassie still, loving life.
Gorgeous.
How is your sister going without you? Because I remember when you first came, you said you guys are really close, and you didn't know how she was going to go without you. How is she
She's going
been?
all right. I told her that people actually like her, so she's actually made friends.
Oh, good.
And Yeah, which I'm very glad about, and she's enjoying footy as well, and softball season's starting, so we got family
Great. So
there.
she's a footy player too.
Yeah, very good
wow.
footy
And
player.
she's younger than you as well.
Yeah, she's almost next week. She's turning 16. So
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful.
yeah, she's
Oh,
got
happy
a couple more
birthday
years.
for next week. What's her name?
Yeah, Lilani.
Lilani.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Happy
amazing.
birthday. Sweet 16.
yeah. She's,
So then, just like what H was mentioning before, I suppose, just your footy journey, you started playing for this local club in Tasmania.
Yeah.
How did you then move through the ranks in that and then obviously get involved in playing for Tassie as well?
I think I was about 12 when I started playing for North Lonnie. That was, sorry, I should say North Launceston because
I think we got it.
some
Yep,
people
no.
don't. Some people don't. They're like, Lonnie, where's that? But started playing for North Lonnie for about a year or so. And then Mum got an email and was like, come join our program. And I went, and I was one of the youngest. Because I think everyone was around 15, 16, that age group. And then just went for a training and just was a training partner for about a year or so. And then went through the NTJFA, I guess, tri-series that they have, and versus the South, versus the Northwest, and I guess that team is more of a association team, the best of the region, and then we
Okay.
versus the South and the Northwest.
So is that kind of like waffle or not?
No, I reckon that's no.
Bigger than waffle?
Yeah, it would be
It's-
like a representative team
Yeah,
of the
representative,
area
yeah.
rather than. So it'd be like
I don't know what
if
you call it.
Metro would to
Gotcha.
verse like South,
Country.
like country. Yeah,
Yep. No, okay, gotcha.
that's my understanding of it.
WA football's a bit confusing, so
WA football's
football.
confusing. The North versus the South in Tasmania, far out.
that's a rival. It's more of a rivalry, to be honest. In
I'm
all
so
sports,
confused.
It's a
And then you
North v
start
South.
bringing up this coach league stuff. I'm like, what the coach?
Well, I think it goes
ours is easy.
NTJFA.
NTJFA.
That's the
like,
junior.
May as well say the alphabet. What do you mean?
Northern Tasmania Junior Football Association.
There you go.
Yeah.
Western Australian Football League. How easy is that?
But how big's WA though? Like there's
No.
different little.
Yeah.
I'm only teasing, Teak. I'm only teasing. But yeah, so you played in that league,
Played
and
in
then,
that.
like H was saying, that kind of representative football.
Yeah, and then I guess from there potentially got scouted, and then got another email to play like train on for Devils, and then the selection started. I think at that stage there was 3 of us who were like under 15s, where the girls were under 18s.
Yeah, right.
So the team was under 18s NAB League
Yep.
Devils, because back then it was NAB being the major sponsors.
Perfect lab. We're giving them a plug. We're just going with all the letters. I'm going to start making one up. What's it be? EAFJ. I did that when I was growing up.
Anyway, ignore her. Continue on.
And then I think at that stage it was myself, Brooke Barwick, and Georgia Clark who were.
Oh, so sick.
So they got picked up as well in the draft. So it's good to know them. And I guess I got a call. We had a pracky match in Campbelltown, which is the middle of Tassie, which it's not, but people classify it as the middle.
Sure.
And then got a call from the coach at that stage, which was actually Cameron Joyce, who's now Gold Coast.
I was going to say I know the name.
Yeah,
but I
he's
don't know
the
where
coach
he
of
is.
Gold Coast. Yeah. So at that stage,
Just
Keep on.
ignore her.
at that stage, he's like, "Look, we saw your potential, and we want you to be a part of this team. We can't guarantee any games, but you get the experience to train and the terminology. And football wasn't my first sport, so it was good to be a part of. And then I played my first game for Tassie NAB at, I think, the end of March in 2020.
Oh, in 2020, ages ago.
Yeah, as
right.
a underager. And
Okay.
my first game was also my grand final for softball. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you miss
I-
one or you managed to get to both?
I had my juniors at 9 o'clock in the morning, got the call to be a replacement player, and play. Then I played the game. Then I made it back to back to the ground for softball and played my seniors grand final.
Wow, she's the ultimate replacement.
And you won.
And we won, yeah.
And you won.
Yeah.
What a
Wow.
day. What a day. That's
Unreal.
awesome.
I don't think I could do it again.
That's just,
that's so
I'm
good.
blown away. And then you missed out on the draft in 2023.
Yeah.
What was this like? Obviously, you're playing for Tassie at that point in time.
Yeah.
You nominated for the draft, missed out. Tell us about that experience.
So I nominated nationally because you get more choice, where if I nominated Tassie, I would have only been picked up by North Melbourne.
Yep, sure.
So managers like, go Tassie, see what happens. Got a bit of interest, I think, at the end of the season after nationals, and then the combine got a few more interest, but then things died off, and then didn't get picked up, and then
Was that hard?
that was hard because I was really debating everything because I was tempted to give up football altogether because I'm
Right.
like, football, I've given up everything. I stopped uni for it.
Yep.
Worked with AFL Tas, and that was draining because I was working football, coaching football, playing football, and that was a bit much for me. So I'm like, we can take a break. Let's drop football, working for AFL Tas, and we explored other job opportunities, and that's where I worked for a law firm in town.
Yep.
And then I decided, because my sister also was a part in the Devils selection for the under 15s, so I'm like, you know, I can enjoy Devils for one more year with her, and
So nice.
which was really good. So I got to train with her for a bit. So it really made me enjoy football a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
Paid off.
Yeah. So
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah,
So you were
we
almost going to
stuck
give it
with
up.
it.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
going to give it up,
I was
but then
gonna
you
give it
didn't.
up.
And now we have some audio from when Lisa called you. So we're going to listen to that.
Wanted to ask you a couple more questions.
We want to offer you an AFLW contract with Freo. So that would mean, joining us as an AFLW team. But the Tassie Devils loss would be our gain, and we'd be delighted if you could join us.
Really?
Yeah, no joke.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. You're going to have to go out there and tell your work that you need to take the afternoon off.
That's so good. My favourite part. Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
So
Oh, dear.
That was obviously very recent in this year. This was after you were then still playing for Tassie at home.
Yeah.
The start of this year, after you said you'd give it another crack.
Yeah.
And then you get told your dream has just come true and you have to move across the country.
What did you think the call was about, first of all?
Well, the day before, I had to take work off to go down to Hobart, and I had to go. Hobart being Hobart, I drove down 3 hours by myself. It was the first time I've actually driven to Hobart for something.
Yeah.
That wasn't other than sports. So I had to see the doctor, and I thought it was just a general medical checkup with with the club's doctor, who's Ione now. And I thought,
She was there.
No, she wasn't. That's what I thought it was about. That she was going to be on the call and be like, "Oh, this was your result."
Oh, yeah.
and
Okay. You thought the call was just to tell you, like, the results of,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you did. Yeah.
Whatever. It was just general
Yeah.
medical checkup. And I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay. And so at that stage, Frizy sent me a message, I think, mid-morning, and I was at work, and I'm like, can you jump on a call real quick? Let me know when you're available. And so I had half an hour lunch, and then I went into one of the office's board rooms, and obviously I was wearing my work uniform,
Yeah.
which was a bit scary because I was like, oh dear. And yeah, found out, which was crazy. So
What was your first thoughts? Because obviously that's a big thing to hear. Number one, like you said, your dreams come true, but it's also then a long way. It's the furthest away from home.
Yeah, like during the draft, I had no idea that WA would even be potential because Tassie, not many people, like Victorian clubs mainly pick up Tassie girls.
Yeah.
Or even Eastern states. And I was a bit blown away. Never been to Perth, never gone this far. And yeah, it was crazy. But I guess the first thing I said to Mum when I called her is like, Mum, you wouldn't believe what happened. Everything worked for, I've made it. we've made it. And
that's so nice. What was her reaction?
She almost cried.
Yeah.
So she was at work as well, and she's like, "Oh, what's up? But you never called during this time. What's wrong?" And so she stepped outside, and I just told her, and she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's so precious. And how have you found your time? Obviously, moving across the other side of the country, your family is not here, although they've come to visit, which is nice. How has it been? What's been your first? Well, no, it's not been long since you've been here. A bit of a whirlwind, I'm sure.
Yeah, it has been. I think it's been almost 6 months now, which is kind of scary to say.
How has it been that long? Oh,
yeah,
it feels like it hasn't been that long.
It feels
amazing,
really quick. So very thankful that it was easy to pack up. Like, it sounds bad, but easy to pack simple things up and come over. And it was great that Pop and Dad was able to come over. Pop presented my jumper, which was pretty good.
So beautiful.
It was very special because don't see him often, and it just meant so much more. And yeah, Mum found out today Mum was going to surprise me in Sydney to see our GWS game, but then my sister decided to put her birthday party on that weekend.
Oh, no.
So I was trying to convince Mum to leave her. Leave her. It's only her 16th birthday and come up to Sydney. But it's been a challenge. But yeah, very grateful for him. Yeah.
Incredible.
That's awesome. And now my favourite fun fact is you kicked Freo's first goal 3 weeks in a row. So Saints, Geelong and Hawthorn. But the Saints one in particular, your first AFLW goal. Now, not many people can say that they got a Goal of the Year nomination with their first goal.
Yeah.
Talk us through that, because it looked like...
It looked so easy.
It looked so easy.
It was one step and you kicked it from 40 out.
Man, I was sold by that. It looked like you were about to handle it.
And see you later. I was like, oh my goodness. And I was right there again. We need to get the vision up of the hands in the air.
I think I was like this.
Player, I think, had their hands in the air.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Still can't believe it.
There's no words to it, because I don't think I've ever been able to step someone in football or netball or any sport.
Let alone she's got to the big stage. The woman is made for the arena here. Yeah. She's made for the arena. She's got on the big stage and has stepped sold the best candy I've seen. One step kick, 40 out, absolutely nails it.
Straight through the middle.
My intention, that was not even my intention. I was
you don't tell them that. You say, yeah.
Yeah,
like when
natural.
I am kicking for goal and then it goes to somewhere else, and then they're like, Hayley, next time go for goal. On it. Yeah, no worries. Next time I'll go for goal. Shit.
How embarrassing.
Anyway.
No, Teak, it was like, wow, honestly. It was so incredible. And then since then, you've just been on the absolute rise with Geelong and Hawthorn as well. First goals. And I feel like for some reason, it's like you are a very tall person, right? And I just see you get the ball, like it's in a stoppage situation, or it's like ball's bobbling around, there's 10 people around. And
somehow
you somehow
get it out.
the ball to boot and kick a snap on goal. I'm like, where is her foot come from?
Maybe that's it. It's longer.
Yeah, longer.
So you just like come out of the thing and drop it on your foot, and
it's actually like how it doesn't get smothered or something is like beyond me. But it's wild. You're like, again, you're so tall and you just manage to crumb this footy or pick it up and then somehow find it to your boot and then get a goal.
I think it's just people's assumption that tall people are clumsy.
I don't think I was alluding to that. I was more just so you know.
Anya would be real upset. We don't say that.
I'm not being, what is it? She always gets defensive about me.
She gets defensive about anyone that says anything about a tall person.
I'm saying it's amazing that you're tall, but I think it's more amazing that the length that it has to travel is longer. Factual.
Fact. Anya, that's fact. We're just saying you guys are really good.
But you were saying about clumsiness.
I think people just assume that would pass it off to someone else.
Sure, fair. But then you don't. You're like,
have hope in us.
Here's my big toe and this is going through the big sticks.
Yeah, very good.
No, it's actually crazy. So normally we do a section Dish with Driz Teak, and this is where we kind of want any funny stories from your upbringing or anything kind of quirky or weird that you do that no one would really know about you. I have written down like any superstitions or anything like that because sometimes they can be quite funny. On the boys' podcast, we did have Brandon Walker say that he likes to have a shower with his mouth guard in, like prior to a game, and we were just like, what? Like,
Oh, that's
so
weird.
weird, right? So
like Gabby Newton does it, brushes her teeth just
like,
before the game.
So anything like that, or any stories from your upbringing that are funny or quirky, or stitch your sister up maybe, like whatever, we want to hear it.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No superstitions?
Oh, I think my most recent one is because I don't know the song very well. I don't want to learn it.
You need to learn. You don't want to learn it?
No.
What do you mean you don't want to learn it?
I want to read the words and be like, oh, I've sung the song.
That's how you learn it.
Like, I don't want to read it out and practice it to not then be able to do it during the week,
so
like
funny.
during a game.
You need to read it and practice it.
But then what if I practice it at training and we don't win? Like,
I think
Yeah, but you
But
gotta know it.
so. That's what you've been doing in your spare time now, reading the song.
not yet. Not yet. Maybe I'll have to.
What round are we up to? 7, 8.
Yeah, whatever.
It could be 20. You need to learn the song.
I'll learn the song.
Okay, great.
I'll read
Swear.
through it. I won't sing it.
Swear in your
I'll
life, you'll learn it.
I swear, but I will.
Great.
I'll read it, not sing it.
Yeah, you can read it. You just need to know the words, and then when we all sing it together, when we win the game.
I'm starting to
then-
learn it. There's just a little bit that I'm like.
Braz, how's yours going? She said she's actually getting better.
Great. So that's good that we are making you learn it.
You got to learn it.
Anything else you like to do pre-game? Like you talked about the cooling before, but anything quirky, funny that people wouldn't know about you? Fun fact. If you could give 3 fun facts about Teak, what would they be?
Probably that I like a lot of random sports. Like,
Okay.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
The supercars.
Supercars. You're
Like,
a supercar fan.
Yeah. I don't even know how it came about. Like,
Yeah, right. Interesting. That's great. That's a good
and then
fun
the
fact.
That's a
NRL,
good fun
like
NRL.
NRL, I like.
Yeah,
the
I remember when you came and you stayed with Ellie and I, and you were always watching something random. So I was like, "What are you watching
That's
now?"
why-
Just watching some NRL, watching supercars.
Well,
Random.
NRL, like Queensland, it's the NRL
Yeah,
state.
true.
So
That's fair.
But I'm like, yeah, this is all right.
Yeah,
I think
right.
whilst we're living there, I only went to one Titans game. It's like
Yeah, right. Okay.
Titans went-
Is that
That's
the
fine.
Tasmanian team?
That's a good
Queensland.
fun fact.
Queensland.
Yeah.
Gold Coast Titans. They
Yeah,
weren't
okay.
very good, but
Don't
like
ask me. I'm like, everyone's looking at me. I'm like, pff,
I don't know. The Rabbitohs?
got
Are
no
they one?
idea.
yeah, they are.
Is that
they are.
NRL? There you
yeah,
go.
but yeah.
Anything
NRL.
else? I don't care about sport. I care about you as a person. Like, get rid of sport separate. Who are you?
I don't know. I like a good card game.
Oh, that's what I was actually
game,
going to ask you
yeah.
about your favourite board game, card game. What is it?
I like. People don't know. It's a Canadian kind
Give
of.
it to us. We'll practice.
It's called Dump Sweep. I don't know why. but
Dump sweep.
Dump Sweep. Yeah.
Write that down. Write that one down.
Or what's the board game sequence?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But did you love Code Names when we were away?
Codenames was good.
Yeah, cool.
Who
For everyone
bought
to
that?
know, we froth Code Names. It's Laura Pugh's game.
Very good game.
It's a great game. We play it on the plane now and it takes away 2 hours, which is nice. But Code Name's a great game. And then Mafia. How have you felt in Mafia?
I always feel like a victim.
Well, you probably all do. Yeah, we all do.
We all do. You are. Everyone's a victim in
Well, I
that
always
game.
tend to get voted off
Yeah,
quite early.
maybe because you're new. I don't
Yeah.
know. As
Well,
in
Gabba got voted off.
yeah,
quite a bit.
It could be
early.
like you don't know. You got to test
Yeah.
the waters, but
Yeah.
you just don't know. See, it's taken Hayley 5 years, I reckon, to be able to get to the last stage of Mafia.
I know. Usually I'm like, no, I don't know what it is about that game. I used to get so stressed. Now I'm actually kind of loving it. It's like one of those things you play it more and then you get comfortable with it. And now I'm like, all right, bring it on.
No.
Yeah.
Mim,
But I think when
I went head to head with Mim the other week, and now I'm like full of confidence because she got voted
got
out
voted
and
out.
I stayed. That
like,
was
here we are.
huge for
Here we
me.
are.
That was a huge moment.
I think that time I convinced everyone to vote Mim off because I was Mafia.
Yeah,
That was pretty
perfect.
fun.
It's good,
It's
hey.
fun.
But it definitely breaks down
Well, I
the
was
trust
also
of the
Mafia.
team.
So I'm glad we were working together then.
But it's scary when Gabby O'Sullivan's in it.
Oh, no.
Gabby
It's too
O'Sullivan,
much.
she, like,
I'm
I
not
think
playing
I'm
with
too
her.
much sometimes, but the amount of swear words that come out of Gabby's mouth.
I told her last time I wouldn't play anymore if she was
Yeah.
going to be like that. She's ruining the game for everyone.
She is. But anyways, for the fans, Mafia, if you haven't played it, play it. Some people call it Werewolf. It's a great game. We play it when we're away. And might I just add, I'm the narrator. We haven't lost an away game after playing Mafia, just so everyone knows. But also, just my favourite story from Mafia actually includes Braz. Just one time, Braz and Mim were both in the Mafia, and everyone's obviously got their eyes closed in the circle. I tell the Mafia to wake up. The previous round, Mim was just bagging people out. Like, she was just pointing fingers left, right, and centre. Braz had clearly had enough, because when we opened our eyes the next round, Braz is pointing at Mim to vote her out, and they're on the same team. I was like, oh no, if that's something to sum up Ash Braz, then there it is, because she's just pointed at someone else who was in the Mafia because she was completely oblivious to it. But anyways, no, that is brilliant. And then just last question from me is any food that you hate?
Pumpkin soup.
Oh, interesting. I love pumpkin soup. The Virgin Lounge pumpkin soup. I'm like,
I was going to say,
it slaps.
an absolute game changer. Just put a bit of salt, extra salt in there. Who told me? Someone was like, "Kate, you just need to put a little extra salt in there," and then it just went next level.
I
look forward to.
But I'm
the
worried
pumpkin
they're
soup.
like sprinkling stuff in there to make you like not go to the toilet or something. If you're playing. Like, I'm like this because my guts is cooked for like 3 days post. So,
maybe it's
anyways,
the pumpkin
but for
soup.
those that want to know, the pumpkin soup at the Virgin Lounge is incredible. And
I'll stay
will
away from that.
experience that on the way to Sydney. But for now, we take on the Eagles in the RAC Derby this Saturday at Leederville Oval. It is at 4:05 p.m. and I don't know about you guys, but I really love that time slot and I love that it's at a different ground.
Absolutely.
Let's absolutely charge. How are we feeling? Speak.
Nervous? It's first derby.
Speak.
We're nodding. I'm not. We should be
podcast
bloody
thing.
excited.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'll go then.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'm excited, but I think it'll be an awesome opportunity, especially being at Leederville Oval, to get as many people as we can. Obviously, it's a West Coast home game,
But no one cares about that.
it's not at their home ground.
No, exactly.
So we can make it a Freo fortress away from home.
Yes.
And I'm excited for that.
Same.
Let's get 10,000.
Same. Let's get 10,000. Let's get hot air balloons. Let's get it all. Hot
air balloons?
I know. It's
Someone-
something extravagant.
Get a hot air balloon into the ground.
Yeah. Hey, RAC helicopter. Bring it in.
Bring
Come
it
on.
in. Drop the people down.
Drop us down. And they announce it. Number one, Gabby Newton.
I'd pay to see that.
No, how good. But no, it is great. Also, just so everyone knows, it is our telethon rounds. We're promoting telethon this week. There are all these loud shirt ads, ads about socks and shirts this week for telethon, speech and hearing. So it's incredible that we then get to promote such an incredible cause as well, especially having someone like Ollie Webb as part of our Freo family who does have his cochlear implants there as well. So it hits close to home
It
for
does.
us.
And Telethon does some incredible things.
Yeah.
I don't know the number off by heart, but 70-something million were raised last year. So it'd be fantastic to be a part of beating that record again this year.
Yes, absolutely. And just a side note is that Freo fans, for all Freo fans, you need to redeem your tickets early during the week. Don't get it at the gate this week. We need to get the tickets now. And
why?
I don't know. Because I'm reading.
I was like, okay, yes.
Office
Is there a
scripts.
reason why?
There is
no?
not a reason
okay, we
why.
don't need a reason why. Just get your tickets
Be
early.
organised, get your tickets, change your ticket
So you
tech
don't-
password if you need to, because I've had to do mine 4 times. Who cares? Just get them in your wallet.
So that you don't miss out, of course. Because we're going to
course.
get 10K people. You're going to want to secure your tickets early. That's the
course.
reason. I'm
Perfect.
sure of it.
Beautiful.
All right. That is all we have time for this week on the Rollers and the Rockers. Thank you so much, TK, for being a part of today's. And thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And Drisco, do you have a quote for me to finish it off?
Yes, I do, but I am quite upset that Hayley and I had a quote in the week that Hayley came up with and we've forgotten it, but it will be in next week's episode. So I'm just going to finish with, when in doubt, just look intelligent. See you later.